Well, guys, I don't really know what to say. Um, hey, guys. So here's a quick one. Well, I hope it's going to be a quick one today. I picked up this Honda HRB215 composite deck lawnmower this morning off of a local buy and sell website. The seller was asking $50 for it, which to me is fair because I could use the bag for another Honda that I need a bag for. There's some parts on here I'd be able to use if this turns out to be past worth repairing, but for $50 it was worth a gamble. It's actually in really nice shape, guys. The cables are good. There's no kinks in them. It's got a couple little scuff marks, but like I said, the bag alone is nice shape. It's pretty clean. The tires are a little worn down. I'm not even sure if these are the original tires. I thought these things had hubcaps on them, but I've got some tires over here, some wheels on this wall, so there's probably definitely some right down there's a whole pile of Hondas. There's probably definitely some wheels to put on this thing if it runs well enough. So the backstory, he told me that this thing started around and functioned well, but it would overheat after half an hour to 45 minutes of use and shut down and backfire. Now, I've been working on these a while, and I can honestly say I don't think I've ever seen one of these things anymore, for that matter, overheat. If you run it with no oil in it, probably. I mean, this one looks like there's a little oil in it. It's not dry. It's hard to tell. I'll have to check that. But I've never really seen a lawnmower overheat per se, unless obviously there's not enough oil in it. Some of the little L-head engines get pretty hot because the fins get all blocked with grass, but this really doesn't have a whole lot of place for blockage to occur. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in there, but it's not blocked. So looks like it's got a little bit of an oil leak of some sort. We'll give this thing a pressure wash and see if we can spot that once we do get it running. I haven't even tried starting it yet, guys. Maybe we'll try that right now. We'll see. Again, I don't have a tripod with me here, so this is all kind of one hand on the camera and one hand on the mower. One thing it could be, I doubt it, but it could be this gas cap, guys. There's no gas in it, so these gas caps, sometimes there's a vent in here, and sometimes, this vent will plug, and that'll cause a vacuum inside the tank, which will starve the machine of fuel, and it'll die, kind of like the guy described. But usually that doesn't take 40 minutes. It takes 5 minutes. Again, we're not really sure. I don't know what's going on. I think I actually bought a machine from the same guy last year. I had some previous conversation on the buy and sell app with him, and it looks like I had bought a machine. So anyway, we're just gonna throw some premium 94 octane fuel into this, because these engines love a nice clean, look at that, clean, fresh 94 octane gas. We'll have to get it running and then turn the camera off until it starts to stutter, because I don't want you guys to have to sit there and watch this thing run for half an hour. We'll see. Maybe what we'll also do is let's just double check this oil. We're going to run it for a little bit. We're just going to clean that off. Alright, so now you can see it's dry. Yeah, I don't really see much in the way of oil there. So let's put some oil. Pardon the mess, guys, at the bench. I'm just ripping through these mowers this month. I'm going to be taken off to a tropical place this winter in November, and I'm going to make some videos for the channel while I'm there. Not exactly sure what what the subject's going to be. Hopefully something small engine related on the other side of the world. I'm going to go for about 4 months this winter. I'll be back. There we go. I'll be back to fixing mowers in this shop next March 2023, but we're going to be out of here in November. Get a suntan, lay on a beach. So we're gonna try and start this thing. Like I said, this is tricky to do, but one-handedly. Well, the motor sounds great. The blade clutch seemed to actuate nice and strong. It felt like the clutch was working good, and the drive worked. It looked like it needed a little adjustment. There wasn't any drive all the way back here in the slow position, but when I turned this up to the fast position, it pulled forward. There's a little adjustment right there. You can adjust when the drive engages right there, so it might have to adjust that. But guys, I don't know. I'm shrugging my shoulders right now why the guy would say that this thing overheats and backfires and shuts down. I'm going to get it off the lift and put it outside and let it run. We're going to let this thing run for half a tank of fuel with the blade engaged, and if it starts to act up or do anything funny, I'm going to turn the camera back on. But you probably don't want to watch this thing run for half an hour on your screen. So if something exciting happens, I'll be right back. Well guys, I don't really know what to say. It's been running out here now for about half an hour. It hasn't skipped a beat. It hasn't puffed any blue, so I know it's not burning oil. What I'm going to do is just let it sit overnight in one spot to make sure the oil is not leaking out the bottom. And if all's well, things are going to get posted on Marketplace in the next 24 hours. This will make someone really happy, this old machine. Alright, well, sorry I wasn't able to make much more of a repair video on this thing for you, other than start it, put some oil in it, start it again and run it for an hour. Maybe on the next one. Okay, hit the subscribe button. We'll talk to you soon.